keep the presence, the awareness of God in all situations. The habit of thanking God is part of it. But part of it is a knowing of that you are there watching what God is doing. You keep your awareness of God, and the things of God are all that's happening around you. Avoid the need to be competitive or jealous spiritually. Don't let that interfere with your relationship with God and your relationship with them and all the people around you. Others will be competitive to the extent they're worldly. They can't help that. That's what children are. They love competition, they love winning. But we just love being with God, aware of God, holding with the awareness of the presence of God. We're not threatened, we're not competitive, we're just totally occupied with the awareness of God. And your days will be lovely. Life will be lovely. The goodness of God fills you in this way. Absolutely lovely. Let your whole being, your whole living, your whole self be reflection, or be an indication, or be the speaking of the goodness of God here, both in you and around you and in all things. Let this overwhelmingly lovely awareness embrace your presence always, continually, that your very presence is a blessing. Miracles happen all the time around you. Synchronicities of events and opportunities and goodness and wisdom and loving help and guidance and all that is good blossoms in your presence because of your continual awareness of the goodness of God. There's an absolute assurance in the awareness of God. Hold that in any situation. You'll find the right company is drawn to you like a magnet, like gravity. And those that really are not going to be blessed by you, just wander afar off. God does the sorting, you see. It's absolutely, well, I suppose you'd say, in terms of our world, you'd say it's a natural consequence of the awareness of the presence of God that this happens. You don't have to seize and grab or push and repel. It just comes about utterly automatically by the awareness of the sheer goodness and presence of God and His wonderful, wonderful person who dwells in you and is Lord of all around you, all everywhere. Our Heavenly Father. We just dwell, if you like, sit, stand, live, sleep, rest, recline in His company. Awesome, lovely presence of our dearest friend, wonderful one. Thank you, Heavenly Father. Don't know if I'm right in saying, but I'm tempted to say there's nothing else that matters. I think that is so. We arrive at this state in many ways. It might be through a practice of meditation, exercises, care, concern, worship, thanking God for all things. I guess that's part of my way, isn't it? But that's the means to the end, you see. The goal is this, the sheer awareness of the company of God, our Heavenly Father, our dearest friend, a devotion, an inner devotion, an outer devotion too, a reality of loving His company simply by casting our mind, our thoughts on His loveliness, His goodness. I guess it's the first commandment, isn't it? In terms of the way it's said of Jesus, to love God, the Lord thy God. Lord means ruler over you, over all things probably, but all that concerns you anyway. The Lord, your God, thy God. To love the Lord thy God. Well, love is both to delight in and value and be good to and care for and be totally focused on, doesn't it? We all know what love is in some way. It's all goodness in relationship, isn't it? The best of relationships. The relationship that transforms the lover into the very state of paradise, of absolute blessing and goodness. To love the Lord thy God with all thy heart. Oh well, I guess that means feelings and intention and enthusiasm and devotion with all thy heart, with all thy mind, all your thoughts, all thy strength, all thy soul, thy very being, everything that you are is just one with the goodness and the loveliness of God. Well, if you have that, the goodness of God. The most lovely company of the most wonderful person. And all the riches that go with that, that furnish a generosity to all that he loves and cares for, all his creation, and perhaps many, many creations, depending how you define it, in many, many dimensions, possibly infinite is the only word that could come near to giving him credit. What goodness is. Thank you, Heavenly Father.